Hey, what's up, guys? This is the editor coming at you with the Smackdown video. Coming at you, I don't know when this video is coming out, but the episode was on June 20th of 2025, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the ending first because the show just ended, literally just a few minutes ago, right before I started recording. And this ending, for me, especially, was absolute cinema. John Cena, CM Punk, R-Truth, it all worked out in a really cool way here at the end. I'm going to get into it in just 1 second. I'm going to talk about the whole show, but we're going to start with the end first, just because that was the most important part for me. So I have the most to speak about that. The other stuff, we might just fly through it. So it begins with a match between R-Truth and John Cena, which was scheduled, I believe, last week. And they said, hey, next week we're going to have R-Truth and John Cena. R-Truth comes out there, and then John Cena comes out there as well. The match starts, and the match goes on for a pretty short amount of time. There was a big, lengthy commercial break within the match, which did kind of suck. I wish this last, 30 minutes of the show was commercial-free, but, you know, it's on USA Network. But the match goes on, and there's no kind of interferences or anything, but John Cena does roll out of the ring and grab his title and starts walking towards the ramp. And R-Truth says, nah, F him, F that, we're going to walk over here and we're going to stop this from happening. And he tries to stop Cena, but Cena ends up hitting him in the face with the title, which causes a disqualification, unfortunately. So the match stopped like that. It wasn't a clean finish. There was still a good 12 minutes left of the show when this happened, so I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? CM Punk's music hits like Mussolini, and he comes out there and tries to beat up Cena. He chases him to the ring. Cena ends up getting the upper hand, hits him in the face with the title, not once, but twice. Also kicks him in the gonads, and then he attitude adjusts him through the table. Now, this next part right here was some of the best promo work I've seen in a long time watching wrestling. John Cena sits up on the top rope there and cuts his own pipe bomb, pretty much for about the same length of time as CM Punk's pipe bomb, but instead of sitting crisscross applesauce at the top of the ramp, he's just sitting at the top of the ropes while CM Punk lays there, you know, as uncomfortable as he can be. And John Cena did try to say that, but I think he said, in your uncomfortable, or as you sit there in your uncomfortable, or something like that. I don't know, he worded it weirdly. But regardless, I get what he was trying to say, and he continues to basically rip apart the pipe bomb bar for bar. And it was great. I loved this. These two guys, John Cena, CM Punk, pretty much were my childhood. And watching this, it felt so good. It felt great. For me, at least. I mean, if you don't care about Cena, if you don't care about Punk, this is nothing to you. This was so... I'm so glad they did this. Now, CM Punk is my favorite wrestler of all time. John Cena's definitely up there. And to see this happen with no kind of outside interferences or anything, it was just John Cena. Obviously, he cheated because he kicked him in the balls and hit him in the face with a weapon twice. But still, it was great. I loved the little promo at the end there. Even at the end, John Cena said, hey, USA, you can keep your 2.5 minutes because I don't need to go over, I don't need to go over the time span or whatever. I do hope that we get to see these guys talk to each other at least once before Night of Champions. If we don't get that, I understand, because Cena only has a couple of, moments left. I think it's 17 now, something like that. Not moments, but appearances. And this is working out pretty good for me. I was really hyped for this feud. I've been talking about it since John Cena turned heel. The only thing for me, though, is I really wanted this to be a SummerSlam thing with more of a build-up. I feel like this doesn't have as much of a build-up as it should for two of the biggest names in the company. But I guess it might be the King of the Ring thing that moves on to that. I really don't know. If Jay wins King of the Ring, he's probably going to want to run it back with Gunther, unfortunately. But if Randy or Cody win King of the Ring, they're probably going to choose John Cena. So we could get Randy or Cody for SummerSlam. But the thing is with that, is we've already seen that. It's whatever. I don't know. Maybe things will just tie up in a really pretty bow, but you never know. But overall, this whole show as a whole, it was alright. It wasn't horrible. There was a couple things I really did like. The ending here and then the Jacob Fatu stuff, that was good. The start was alright with LA Knight talking to Paul Heyman. We're going to get into the rest of it real quick. But the show starts off with LA Knight coming out there, starting a little promo there, calling out Seth Rollins, and then Paul Heyman comes out there. They exchange a few words, and LA Knight's like, hey, how about me and you have a match? Him and Paul Heyman fighting each other. Would be extremely weird, but yeah, that was a thing that he was proposing. That did not happen. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed comes out there and tries to beat his ass, but LA Knight grabs a chair and starts messing both Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed up. These bees, bro, that Braun. But regardless, this happens, and it was a pretty decent segment. We move on to a match that was supposed to happen between Aleister Black and one of the Pretty Deadly guys. I think it was Kit Wilson. I pulled that out of my ass. I'm sorry. There's no way I would have known their names. And then Ron Killings, a.k.a. R-Truth, comes out there and chokes him out, and he says, hey, get John Cena out here right now. I want John Cena's ass right now. Get him out here. But then they just carry him off basically to the back. He does have like a little backstage segment. I don't think I have any screenshots of this, but he does talk to Aleister Black back there, and then he talks to Damian Priest. Decent little segment there. We had a Queen of the Ring qualifying match between Asuka and Alexa Bliss. This match was alright. I wanted Alexa Bliss to keep going, but unfortunately she lost to Asuka, and Asuka's going to go, so I guess it's going to be Asuka versus Io Sky at the end of this thing, unless someone else in the Queen of the Ring tournament wins. It's up to Roxanne and Jade Cargill, I believe. Cody Rhodes comes out there. It was a surprise to me. I didn't know he was supposed to be there. Jey Uso comes out there. Sami Zayn comes out there. Randy Orton comes out there. We have 4 of them talking. And then right after that, we start the match between Randy and Sami Zayn. Pretty good match. Probably my favorite match of the night as a whole. Randy Orton does end up picking up the win. And the thing that I'm scared of is Sami Zayn's probably going to turn heel soon. I'm not really necessarily scared of him being a heel. That's fine and everything. I'm just scared he's going to mess up something, like some kind of storyline that really he doesn't need to be in. But that's just my opinion. It could happen. So many things, just so many bad things have happened to Sami recently that I feel like he's just going to turn heel and beef with Jay or Cody or something like that. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. I feel like he's going to interfere in the King of the Ring match or something for the title and cost them the title for some reason, and then he turns heel. I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of useless as a storyline, but we'll see. Nia Jax comes out there, cuts her a little promo. Tiffany Stratton comes out to talk to her. And then Nia Jax starts beating the hell out of Tiffany Stratton. Naomi comes out there to try to cash in, but Nia Jax does not let her. And then, yeah, that's pretty much that whole segment. There was a match between Charlotte Flair and Chelsea Green randomly. This match was and then Charlotte won the match, of course, and then she gets jumped by Chelsea's little clique, and Alexa Bliss comes out there to try to help Charlotte, and then Charlotte just turns away from her handshake because, I don't know, because of reasons. I don't know. So yeah, there's still this weird tension between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. And then we finally had the Solo and Jacob Fatu moment where Solo comes out there, cuts a little promo, talks about, hey, Jacob, come out here. I love you, this, that, and the third. They talk about it. Fatu basically tells him, like, hey, man, you've been being fake, and I think it has something to do with this, talking about the U.S. title. And he says, how about me and you at Night of Champions? We have a match. And then Solo starts trying to beat him up, and then JC Mateo comes out there, and they start getting the upper hand on Jacob, but then Jimmy Uso comes out there to save the day, and then Jimmy and Jacob stand tall in the ring at the end of that segment, and it is confirmed Solo versus Fatu will be happening at Night of Champions. I'm excited for that match. I hope the title doesn't change hands. I think Jacob needs to hold on to it. Then we move on to Bronson Reed versus LA Knight. Of course, this ends in disqualification, and basically the New Shield just beat the shit out of LA Knight. Seth Rollins is nowhere to be found. Just Paul Heyman watching over everything, holding on to Seth Rollins' briefcase. And Bronson Reed delivers like 3 of his finishers, and Braun Breaker speared him twice. I don't know if this writes LA Knight off for a while. I hope not. This was just starting to get good, and I really do want to see LA Knight get some kind of push. I mean, they've been doing him dirty for too long. He needs something. Does he need to be involved in the John Cena storyline? I don't think so, not now. I feel like we need to move this guy to Raw and let him do some stuff with the world title storyline. Like maybe I don't know, fights Gunther or something. Maybe Seth Rollins cashes in on Gunther and wins, and then we have a LA Knight versus Seth Rollins for the title. I don't know, something like that would be nice. And then after that, we basically move on into the R-Truth and John Cena match, and I've already talked about that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys did agree or disagree with me on anything, or if you want to add anything, let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, drop it a like. If you did not like this video, then drop it a dislike. If you guys want to see more videos like this, hit the sub button. We'll see more. Other than all that stuff, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Your arms are just too short to box with God.